Do not adjust your television. Do not double check whether this is a repeat, because once again, and again, despite all of the troubles, despite all of the humiliations, Donald Trump's polling in the Republican primary has reached another new high. Donald Trump's polling, which is the purple line at the top of this chart, is now above 59%. You'll remember that Donald Trump's previous high was about 58. It is now 59. Trump now controls, amid 4 criminal trials, multiple civil trials, being found to be a civilly liable rapist, and on and on and on, skipping the debates, character assassination of everyone around him who disagrees. He is now secured 59% of the Republican primary electorate, leaving 41% for everybody else to divvy up. DeSantis is stuck between 12 and 13, which is where he's been dating back to late August. Nikki Haley has reached another new high. I will tell you that, but it is still just shy of 8%. If this continues, Nikki Haley will surpass DeSantis and she will be in second place. But will it matter if Trump has almost 60% of the vote? The Vivek Ramaswamy surge is very much over. He's stuck at 5%. Pence is totally DOA. No one's paying attention to him. He's at 3.5%. Chris Christie stuck between 2 and 3. Tim Scott stuck between 1 and 2. Doug Burgum and Asa Hutchinson failing to get to even 1%. Trump is crushing these people. He could probably shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and voters would say, I'm sure it was self-defense. He's not going to be railroaded again by the justice system, is he? I support Trump regardless. This guy is dominating. And at this point, we are now beyond Labor Day. Remember, we were told we got to get beyond Labor Day before these numbers will matter. We are beyond 2 debates that Trump skipped. We'll have the 3rd debate in a couple of weeks. And Trump is actually controlling more of that Republican electorate than ever. We then go and we take a look at what's happening in general election polling. And there are a couple of really interesting things here that I want to show you. The polling continues to suggest that if you add Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as a general election independent candidate alongside Trump and Biden, that it is good for Biden. The degree to which it's good varies. I'll give you an example. There's a new Suffolk University USA Today poll. This is a good poll. When it's Biden versus Trump, they're tied at 41. Now, remember, that leaves 18% of the electorate still unsure. But when it's Biden-Trump, it's 41-41. You add Kennedy, Kennedy gets 14%, and it pushes Biden to a 1-point lead against Donald Trump. Not a miracle of any kind, but it is a difference. And then when you add Cornel West, as suspected, Cornel West helps Donald Trump. I've been telling you this for weeks, if not months. Cornel West, the best he can hope to do is to get Donald Trump elected. It's a disaster. On the other hand, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. does seem to actually be helping Joe Biden, which is super interesting. When you include both of them, it's Biden and Trump 37-37, Kennedy 13, Cornel West 4. This could be a completely insane general election. Now, one other element of this I wanted to look at with you, just because I still get people who write to me and say, David, Bernie would crush all of them. There is an Emerson College poll which looked at some other hypothetical matchups. One of those matchups was Bernie versus Trump, and Trump wins by 8 in a Bernie versus Trump matchup. They also did Biden versus Romney. And in Biden versus Romney, Biden beats Romney by 10. Now, it is important to consider that when they aren't even talking about running, they're not going to get the support in polling, even if it's an imaginary that they would. If Bernie said, I am running, my guess is he does better than 40% here. If Romney were to say, I am running, my guess is Romney does better than 30% here. But it is still interesting that there are people still emailing me convinced that if indeed Bernie Sanders ran against Donald Trump, he would easily win. I still just am not seeing any evidence of that. You can make hypotheticals. You can say, well, everything would be different. It would change in this way or that way. But I've not seen any evidence that Romney would defeat Biden if that's the direction they went, nor that Bernie would defeat Trump. If you have such evidence, please send it to me because I would love to review it.